Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Do you remember how much noise these guys made when the Russians deployed their tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus? And they said, well, you can't do this, it's an escalation, it's this and that. Even though the Russians doing that one thing did it one for six. Why six? The United States deployed six on six locations in Europe has nuclear weapons. Five countries, six locations. Russia dared to do one to six. It's already, oh my God, it's escalation. It's an escalation. But you can't, have 10 crimes in your history and already say, oh my God, you're going to commit this crime. You got 10. Get rid of those 10 and then you can talk. And they can, but they don't. So remember when the Russians deployed Kinzhal hypersonic missiles capable of having nuclear warheads in Kaliningrad. Remember that one? And they deployed what? MiG-31. That's the one that carries the Kinzhals, and they're fast, and they are the ones that deliver that. Remember? Again, big noise. What happened with that one? Well, the Americans do the same thing. Now they deployed, or they're about to deploy, F-35A Jets capable of nuclear strikes. They will deploy it in United Kingdom. Now, do you hear anything, any noise made by the news? No. Did you hear about it? I guarantee you haven't heard about it. But you hear it from Sputnik. Why? Because now these guys are saying, hey, what's going on over here? So is that an escalation? Well, if that was an escalation, what is this? Let me show you this little article here. So, Sputnik. US to deploy F-35A jets capable of nuclear strikes in UK 7 hours ago, today on the 31st of August 2023. So, two squadrons of US-made F-35A jets capable of carrying out nuclear strikes will soon arrive at the US-rented Lakenheath base in the United Kingdom to replace F-15s already deployed there, news outlet reported citing a defense source. And I'm quoting, F-35s will be based at the base. They have been deployed and will be moving in at the end of the year, if not sometime in 2024, the source told the newspaper, adding that a total of 54 such jets would replace significantly inferior F-15s also capable of carrying nuclear bombs, but with lesser range and stealth. All right, so that means the Russians did not do anything. Again, the Russians matched what the Americans did already. So I wasn't aware. I didn't read the article before. I usually don't because it's easy to know exactly what these guys, or now exactly to figure out what these guys are actually saying in real time than reading it. I don't get prepared. My preparation is here already. It's easy, my friends. It's easy. Why? Because once you know the mentality of someone in certain kind of circumstances, you will know how that person reacts or what is the underneath the whole pretense of love and peace and happiness. So I said the Russians matched the Americans with nuclear bombs in Europe, with one time in Belarus, and then I said, well, they brought the MiG-31 and Kinzhals in Kaliningrad, and these guys made a big noise. I was unaware that actually the Americans did that garbage before. So these guys rather just matched what the other guys did. And Russia deployed, I think it was 3 or 5 Kinzhals with 2 or 3 MiG-31st compared with what, 54 I think that these guys are deploying. So again, it's very strange that the guy who commits the crime over and over and over again is the first one to point the fingers at the first suspect or the first offender. Rather, first time offender, oh, look over there, but he's got behind, already has done that. This bothers me a lot. When I see these guys, it's hypocritical. Very much. And you are with all those things behind you. Or they might use nuclear weapons. You already used atomic bombs. What are you talking about? You should not have it. It's like you have a criminal That's an analogy. If a criminal does an armed robbery somewhere, and then everybody says, yeah, he's committed a crime right there. Nobody dares to take his guns away. He still got more guns now. And he tells everybody else, you should not have guns. Only I should have nuclear weapons. And I'm referring to the Second World War, obviously. The atomic bombs that were dropped on 2 civilian cities. All right? I can't just say, well, I think I'm gonna take care of your house. You got some, let's say, cockroaches in there, or let's say you got a mouse. I'm gonna bazooka and burn the whole house down with you inside. Hey, I destroyed how they call them, the critter, whatever, the extermination thing. They destroyed the cockroach or 2 or 3 cockroaches in your house by destroying all your house and you inside with your family. Isn't that what the United States did in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Yeah, we're going to attack some military infrastructure in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but we're going to blow up the whole city. Really? Is that how you do it? If you have a splinter in your finger, you cut the whole arm and say, yeah, we solved the problem. The splinter is gone. So is your arm. Please, my friends, okay? Let's don't play stupids here. So the same, this guy, I didn't know they have the F-15s. They're capable of doing that already. All right, so the Russians are Johnny come lately, and these guys are all upset. Now, tomorrow or the next day, the Russians will deploy and the Chinese nuclear weapons, maybe, in, let's say, Nicaragua or Cuba. These are the first contenders. What do you think the United States is going to do? Oh my God, you can't do that. What you do in Europe? You did it in Europe so many times, 6 bases in 5 countries, and you're going to cry about it? Or let's say that China and Russia conduct military drills, let's say in the Gulf of Mexico, with the help of Cuba. Do you think the Americans will say, well, no, but they demand that North Korea shut the hell up when they and the Japanese or the South Koreans and the Australians come in their neighborhood, do their little drills over there with hundreds of planes and Navy and so on. No, North Korea, don't worry. But if the US will get the same treatment by the Russians and the Chinese, let's say, as I said, you don't have to go to Alaska. Do it in Gulf of Mexico and see how great, with the help of a Caribbean country or whatever. You're going to see how happy these guys are. They will be all my, that's war, right there is declaration of war. But somehow North Korea should just take it, nice and easy. So yeah, they're going to have an escadron, 1 or 2 escadrons, right? 54 jets. What do you need to know more? The new fighters are designated or designed to carry out tactical nuclear bombing, but also capable of air-to-air combat and intelligence gathering, the newspaper reported. The deployment comes after the US Air Force announced that it has secured funding for new nuclear storage. Oh my God, they're gonna do more, it seems like. The deployment comes after the US Air Force announced that it has secured funding for a new nuclear storage facility in UK. So you got another one. So you're going to have 7 to 1, providing for the return of US nuclear capabilities to the country. Oh, so there's going to be extra. UK did not have nuclear weapons on its territory, American, but they will have after their removal in 2008. The guy is back in town, and because they help you, they just protect you, my British friends. They're going to protect you. You know, when you know a relationship is equal is when you have reciprocity. That is, if I am allowed to do this in your country, you should be allowed to do the same thing. The Americans keep saying that they defend the eastern front of NATO against the Russians, but I never heard anybody deploying anything to Alaska or to California to defend the western front of NATO. Never heard. How about Romania deploys, I don't know, about 50,000 troops over there. Oh, I forgot, Romania doesn't have 50,000 troops anymore. I think that's the total of the Romanian army at this point. From they were told to downgrade. They don't need them to be so numerous. But you know what? We're gonna bring ours. They brought French. They brought Belgians. What the fuck are the Belgians doing over there? I don't know. They bring Dutch from Netherlands. They brought over there to Romania. The Americans, British forces, who knows what else and who else is in Romania right now. But Romanian army, make it smaller. We're going to defend you with our troops. We're going to have, you can make shit up. This is the protection racket. You know the protection? You just work over there, spend the money that we lend you. This is Romania. Romania produces shit. Okay, go and see what. When was the last time you saw made in Romania anything? The Romanians are consumers with the money given by the European banks. So the European banks give them money to to the government. The government gives it to its governmental employees, which is the biggest employer, I think, in Romania at this point. No, I think it is. And then these guys are going to consume. What are they going to consume? With what money? With money borrowed by the government, given by the European banks. And then going to consume what? They're going to consume products made, manufactured, some of them in Europe, or some of them manufactured somewhere in other countries that work for the Europeans. Again, with money printed and typed on the computer. Here it is. This is the payment. And you can buy oil now in dollars. My friends, please, please, please. So this is the Romanians. And they have a good life? Yeah. Show me when last time you're going to see made in Romania anything. Wherever you live. Wherever you live. I fucking guarantee you're not going to see it. You're going to see what? Dacia? The car? That's it. That's it. Anyway, show me when you're going to see a pair of glasses made in Romania. Probably there will be, but without lenses. Anyway, my friends, that's how happy I am. Anyway, here it is. They did it before, all these guys, and now they're crying. But this is the Russians saying, hey, look what these guys are saying, are doing. Nuclear weapons and possibly, and 54 or 52 F-35 or whatever it was, the number. Let me find it. 54. All right. Well, good luck to you, my British friends. It seems like you are under occupation as Germany. Not to the same extent, but you are. France is not, but France is under a different kind of occupation. Their leaders are selected by others, and then you vote for them, and they say, yeah, we're free, we don't have Americans here. Psst, you have Macron. Look at where Macron comes from. I'm talking about his career, and you're gonna figure things out. A guy, 30-something, he got to be a president of France. Macron, wasn't he a 30-something? Everybody was happy about it. I mean, you think of yourselves, how much do you think Macron knows about the world at 30-something? If he was in finance, in banking, wasn't he in banking? How much do you think he knows about geopolitics? So he was the right candidate for certain reasons, my friend. They got you by the balls. They got us by the balls. What do we need to do? We say, hey, what's over there? Bang, and, escape and get the perpetrators, the guilty ones, in front of justice. Not the current justice system in the United States of America, which goes after democracy, freedom, and all that bullshit. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.